Yo, good morning. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. How y'all doing this beautiful Saturday morning? It is indeed a beautiful Saturday morning. Yes, indeedy. Feed the needy. I'm on my way to, you know, y'all know I do overtraining. Fridays and Saturdays typically. On my way to do that right now. Um, uh, I live in South Carolina, and so we were in the middle of that Helene storm, and it did some damage. It knocked our power down. You know what I'm saying? Some power lines got knocked down, and we were out of power for about 18 hours, and we were okay. We were okay because we had food, we had water, all that good shit, and we just did what we did. We went outside. We hung out, all that type of shit. So it wasn't too bad. 17 people died apparently in North Carolina or South Carolina due to Helene situation. Our power is restored, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Some very interesting news, you guys. Very interesting news in regards to the Harris administration that is currently ongoing right now. Interesting news in regards to the Biden-Harris administration, right? Because clearly, this is not just Biden's administration. It's also Kamala Harris's, right? I'm sure you guys heard the news about the 13,000 known convicted murderers that were allowed to be released into the interior of the United States from Venezuela. Well, not just from Venezuela, probably. Y'all, this stuff is A1 right here. This is a Korean red ginseng drink. Wow, I can already feel the difference. This is a Korean red ginseng drink, and it does give you a nice little boost of energy. Ginseng is a natural nitrous oxide booster, and so it's really good for your heart. Anyway, 13,000 convicted murderers released into the interior of the United States, y'all. And this is due to the actions or inaction of the Biden-Harris administration. On top of that, there are 15,000 convicted sexual assaulters. So, I guess when people say that these people weren't vetted, no background checks were done, I guess they were done. And this was the information that was discovered. Now, this information was released by someone from within ICE. So, it stands to reason that this shit is real. So, listen, my question would be, why would they allow 13,000 convicted murderers and 15,000 sexual assaulters to enter into the country? Why would they allow that? Why is this something that was allowed to happen? And why was it not disclosed to us as the American people? Why did we have to wait until all the damage was done? Why did we have to wait until the genie was let out of the bottle to find out? Let me go to the other side. Why is it that we had to wait this long? And why did they let these people in here? Anyway, these are questions that we should be asking. But we're not, right? What we're doing is we're too busy discussing whether or not Kamal Harris is black and all that other silly shit, right? When it's really not relevant. The fact of the matter is, this was allowed to happen because this is what the elite class wanted to happen, right? This is what the elite class wanted to happen. And it just so happened that it aligns with Biden and Harris being president and vice president, right? I told you, they put certain people in certain positions when they want certain things to happen to help push a narrative. And the narrative is the left-right paradigm lie has to be alive and well, right? Everybody has to be fooled by the left-right paradigm lie because people will go out and vote to change things, right? They'll go out and vote. They'll be focused and distracted on these, presidents and vice presidents, and they will continue to submit and all that good shit. They'll continue to give consent to be governed. All right. So in order to make this happen, they have to present things to you as though the left-right paradigm is real. They have to show us, listen, this is what happens when you vote Democrat. This is what happens when you vote Republican. This is what happens when you vote for a progressive. This is what happens when you vote for a conservative. They have to present it this way in order to keep their lie alive and to keep their distractions, right? They need the distraction. They need the dog and pony show in order to keep us stuck and enslaved by this left-right paradigm lie, right? Because if they don't, they know that the people will wake up, they'll rise up, and they'll come to the conclusion that we need to remove our consent. As soon as we remove our consent to be governed, it's over for them, right? They have no recourse. They won't even be able to defend themselves against the angry mobs that will form to strike them down. Yes. Because, listen, man, it's like the ants to the grasshoppers, right? That's why I like that movie Ants. Not Ants, but A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life told us, right? The ants lived under the illusion that the grasshoppers were more powerful because they were bigger and stronger individually, right? An individual grasshopper was stronger and more powerful than an individual ant. But guess what? There were way more ants than grasshoppers. And once those ants realized it, guess what? They rose up and went in and got themselves free of the grasshopper. You understand what I'm talking about? They tell you these things, right? They tease it to you. They tell you, look, we're going to present this to you as though, listen, we're going to show you guys that you can rise up, but you won't because you're stuck on stupid, right? You suffer from cognitive dissonance and you have Stockholm syndrome. Trump has did many amazing things to help the colored. Vote Trump. Okay, Mr. Duke, whatever you say. Whatever you say. Donald Trump is not any better, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's the illusion that this guy is better than that gal, or that gal is better than this guy because of these reasons. When in reality, they're putting in front of you who they want to represent the United States of America. But you can't do that. As a regular ass motherfucker, you can't say, you know what? I want to put my person in there. I want this person to be my leader, right? You can't opt out of who they choose to be your leader because they're going to choose two individuals for you to supposedly choose from. They're going to present two options and they're going to say, you only have these two options. right? When that's the false choice fallacy. They won't allow you to say, no, we don't want those people as our leaders. We're going to choose our own leaders. This community over here, we'll have our leadership represent us. Our little 10,000, 5,000 member community, right? Where a representative can truly represent those 5 or 10,000 people. One person cannot represent hundreds of thousands of people, or a million, or 30,000. Hell, one might barely be able to represent 5,000 people's needs. That's why at the end of the day, individual identity and individual sovereignty is really how it's supposed to be. That's how it should be. I thought you support Trump because you the only videos bashing Kamala. No. Guess what? Because Kamala is the vice president right now. And Kamala is doing Kamala, during this administration, a lot of horrible shit has happened. Under the Biden-Harris administration. I don't support Trump. You know why? Because first of all, I'm an anarchist. So I don't believe in presidents and shit. I don't believe in none of that. But when Trump was president, I bashed him. I went on him for the bump stock executive action. I went in on him for civil asset forfeiture. I went in on him for that $6.2 trillion spending bill. Go back to the Trump administration when I was doing videos. Operation Warp Speed. I went in on him for that. But again, like I said, all these things happened under Trump because that's how they presented it. That's how they wanted it to. They wanted us to say these things happened under Trump, and under Biden-Harris, these things happened under Biden-Harris, when it would have happened if it was a different set of Democrats and a different set of Republicans. Because they have to present the illusion that how the world works and how the country moves is based on who's president. And it's based on how many Republicans are in the House, how many Republicans are in the Senate, and vice versa, and Democrats. They want to give you that illusion. They don't want you to understand that the strings are being pulled somewhere else. They want us to fight amongst each other, and they want us to have that infighting. They want that civil war that we got going on right now, so they can continue to do what they do, and do what they do without any interference, right? They want to continue to traffic children. They want to continue to do what they want to do, while you sitting up here talking about vote Trump, and that's your focus. Your only focus is vote Trump. You're not looking at what's going on or what went on when Trump was in office. All these hokey pokies that are responsible for the deaths of so many young people, right? With those spike proteins, was only a possibility because of Donald Trump, because Donald Trump signed Operation Warp Speed into law. Epstein Island, all that shit. But this is what we're dealing with. This is how they want us to be. But what I'm doing is, the reality is 13,000 convicted murderers were allowed into this country. 15,000 convicted sexual assaulters were allowed into this country and released. That's the major issue here. That's the major issue. And the reason I'm saying that this happened under Harris and Biden administration is because it did. And because I want to open people's eyes up. People that go in so hard for Kamala Harris and defend her because she's black and all this bullshit, they need to know this is your girl. They already don't like Trump. Okay, we're halfway there. Okay, they don't fuck with Trump. Okay, good. Now, let's get them to not fuck with Harris and fuck with themselves. Fuck with individual freedoms and fuck with individual sovereignty. That's what it's all about. Because the Trump lovers and the Kamala haters, they're already halfway there, right? They already hate Kamala. Now let's shed some light on what Trump did. So when Trump becomes president and some silly shit happens under Trump, guess what? I'll be right on here talking shit about Donald Trump and what the fuck he doing. Believe that to retrieve that. And guess what? Trump met with Zelensky. So what is that going to look like? Why did Zelensky meet with Trump? To secure support for his war when the eventuality of Trump becoming president comes into fruition? Zelensky wants to secure his financing. He wants to secure the support from the United States government. So if Trump becomes president and supports President Zelensky and gives Ukraine everything that Kamala and them has been giving, Biden and Kamala has been giving them, and allowing this war to continue, right? And allowing our money to continue to be funneled over there. What do you got to say about that? Anyway, it is what it is. Finish this up real quick. Let me tell you all this, man. About to finish up my workout. This right here. It's delicious. Yeah. Y'all go try it out. Some good fuel right here. Anyway, off the farm bars, off the chain. Real good shit. Now, of course, you have sensitivities to certain things like, you know, fruit and all that stuff. If you're sensitive to certain things, I wouldn't fuck with it, but I'm not, so. Mr. Duke, no. I don't see anything Minor Mouse does. What do I think about Trump getting black men now voting for him and white men are voting for Kamala? I don't know. I think it's sad. I think it's two steps back. That's what I think. They took one step forward when they removed their support from Kamala, and they took two steps back by going in for Trump instead of saying, you know what, fuck both these motherfuckers. I withdraw my consent. The only viable option is for us to withdraw our consent, because that's what the Constitution says. The Constitution says that we have to give our consent to be governed, but no one talks about that. No one tells you you can remove your consent. That's who MAGA is voting for? I don't know. I'm not MAGA. I'm not MAGA. I'm not comma. What I am is individual freedom. That's what I'm for. I'm for individual freedoms, individual sovereignty, point blank and period. Anyway, I got to get out of here, finish my workout. Much love, like, share, subscribe. And we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.